They told us the loudest part of going to the moon would be the engines. They lied. The loudest part is the silence. It's the 3 seconds after the countdown hits 0, but before the vibration reaches your spine. In those 3 seconds, you aren't a hero or an explorer. You're just 180,000 pounds of human meat strapped to 6 million pounds of high explosives. Inside the Orion capsule, the air smells of ozone and recycled breath. The HUD overlay on your visor flickers, casting an amber glow over the cabin. Every switch and toggle seems to hum with a life of its own. The final confirmation from the ground comes through, a brief, crackling blessing, and then the world holds its breath. If the luck of the draw is with the crew, the far side of the moon will be visible in days. If not, the end will be too fast to even process. The SLS rocket doesn't just lift, it punches a hole through the atmosphere. 1 second, the ship is anchored to a Florida swamp. The next, the world is screaming. A low, bone-rattling rumble builds into a roar so intense it vibrates your teeth inside your gums. 4 Gs of pressure turn your chest into a lead weight. Skin stretches back toward the ears, and vision begins to tunnel, blurring the edges of the flight computer. The struggle to monitor the fuel pressure is a physical battle against gravity. Then the pogo effect begins, a rhythmic, violent oscillation that makes the entire multi-billion-dollar machine vibrate like a tuning fork. The abort handle sits inches away, a single twist that could rip the capsule to safety, but it remains untouched. The mission is forward, or nowhere at all. The sky outside the porthole shifts from a vibrant blue to a bruised electric purple, and finally to a black so deep it feels like it's swallowing the ship. Then, total silence. Main engine cutoff brings a lurch against the seat straps as gravity vanishes. A stray pen drifts past the camera, spinning lazily in the cabin. This is the weightless euphoria of orbit, where the Earth appears as a massive sapphire marble through a window the size of a laptop screen. But the peace is shattered by a master caution alarm. The power rails are fluctuating, and a high-pitched whine begins to fill the headsets. This isn't a simulation anymore. Red lights pulse against the interior walls. If the power draw isn't stabilized, the life support systems will fail, turning the capsule into a tomb that will orbit the Earth for 1,000 years. Outside the window, a spray of white crystals vents into the blackness, like a frozen geyser. Fuel is bleeding into the vacuum, and the ticket to the moon is evaporating in real time. The debate on the ground is frantic. Physics is simple and brutal. Every drop of fuel lost is a mile of distance stolen from the return trip. The rocket equation governs every move in the cosmos, and right now, the variables have shifted toward a disaster. To burn the engines now is a gamble. It might lead to the moon, but it might not provide enough velocity to get back home. 10 years of training and the dreams of a generation are on the line. The choice isn't just about survival, it's about whether the Artemis program ends here in the dark. The decision is made to commit. There is no request for permission. The execution of the sequence on the glass cockpit. The service module engine ignites, and the G-force returns as a steady, relentless push away from home. The Earth begins to shrink. It's no longer a world, it's a marble. Then a pea, then a spark. Soon the ship will pass behind the moon, losing all radio contact with Earth. For 30 minutes, this crew will be the most isolated humans in history. No one to hear, no one to help, just the ship and the shadows of the lunar craters. The reflection in the glass is unrecognizable. The person who left the launch pad this morning was left behind in the atmosphere. The moon isn't just a silent neighbor anymore. As the gray, dead surface begins to fill the entire view, it feels less like a destination and more like a warning. The mission has arrived.